going to another good breakfast venue in Hat Yai today. With my wife working 6 days a week, we don't get very many opportunities to eat together, so we try to get out on a Sunday morning to have breakfast. And many foreigners are quite obsessed with Thai food. There's a lot of middle-aged and elderly men move to Thailand purely because they can't get enough Thai food at home. And what I didn't realise until a few years ago is that Pattaya has the best Thai food in Thailand, because that's where a lot of them go. I like Thai food, but I don't like all of it. I only like some of it. And I like it at lunchtime and in the evenings, but I have a problem in the mornings. I really need to eat some Western food for breakfast. And this is one of the good places in Hat Yai. In the past, I've looked at some other restaurants. There's Ong Tong, Chow, and the Chef, and this is another good one that I know of. I haven't been there for a few years, but I've been looking forward to going back. So that's where we're off to. Here's the place. It's called Kin Chao, which means like eat in the morning. Unfortunately, it's quite small, and it looks as if it's full and there's people waiting. So I'm not sure how long we're going to have to wait. Let's go and find out. Sorry, cup. My meat got one. Raw naan เท่าไหร่ครับประมาณ 10 นาที Maybe อาจจะ โอเค โอเค มีสี่คนครับกี่คนคะสี่ใช่ไหมเดี๋ยวรอก่อนนะแป๊บเดียวเดี๋ยวดูครับ Whenever you're given a time in Thailand, you have to realise that it's Thai time, and it's not the same as the rest of the world. So 10 minutes Thai time could be anything up to 2 hours real time. So I'm really not sure how long we're going to have to wait. But while we're waiting, just have a quick look at the menu. Got a ham and scrambled egg sandwich, 89 baht. Truffle mayo sandwich, 79 baht. A Kin Chao sandwich, it looks pretty good. And then we've got some rice dishes. The Thais normally eat rice for breakfast. My wife will probably eat rice. And eggs Benedict, which we've seen elsewhere, which I like. Breakfast sets, yeah, not a bad menu. And drinks. Tea, coffee, cocoa, and cold drinks. Yeah, so the menu looks pretty good. I just need to wait now for an available table. Here's the inside of the restaurant. Staff are extremely pleasant. Restaurant opens 7 in the morning and closes just after noon. ขอโทษครับร้านเปิดทุกวันไหมครับมีวันจันทร์ค่ะทุกวันจันทร์ Okay, so it's open every day except for Monday, closed on Monday, as are many other restaurants in Hat Yai. Just wait for our food now. They haven't got a coffee machine to do all the lattes and cappuccinos. If you want coffee, it's just Nescafe, or they do the traditional Thai coffee, the Cafe Boran, which I've got here. An unusual choice for breakfast, but my son decided to have spaghetti carbonara, which looks pretty good, but something I'd rather eat for lunch than breakfast. I was being a bit cheeky earlier with the 10-minute estimate, but that was actually quite accurate. We only had to wait about 10 minutes for a table. And what's happened now, it's 9:30 and a lot of people have left, and there are more tables available. So it's probably busier early on. So if you can wait, I would think it's better to wait till about 9:30, and then there'll be more tables available. This is the Kin Chao special breakfast sandwich. My daughter's ordered it, and so have I. And my wife is just waiting for the truffle mayonnaise sandwich. And this is my wife's truffle mayonnaise sandwich that also looks very good. The Kin Chao sandwich appears to contain ham, eggs, bacon, tomatoes, some lettuce, and maybe some mushrooms. That went down really well. So my son ate his spaghetti, then he had half of my daughter's sandwich. Then my daughter ate half of my wife's sandwich, and now they've ordered another sandwich to share between them. And the restaurant is really emptied out now, it's just us here. The Thais do things early, so they eat early. So if you want to come when you can be guaranteed there's a table, I would suggest coming sort of as late as possible. If you can hold out for breakfast, come at 9:30 or 10 o'clock, and there won't be any problems at all getting a table. That really hit the spot today. It was a good decision to come here. And so I'll give you directions below. And if you're staying in a hotel in Hat Yai and you can't make it here, they do a delivery service via Grab as well. He's a Grab driver taking someone their breakfast, and that's another alternative. The bill for 4 of us was 715 baht, but you've got to bear in mind that we did order another dish, so that's 5 dishes. My wife and daughter had green tea, and I had a traditional Thai coffee, so it's really not bad at all. It's probably a bit cheaper than Chow and a bit more expensive than the chef and Ong Tong. I received a request for a look around Lee Gardens Plaza, and after breakfast my son wanted to buy a game for his PlayStation, so we've just been to Suntisuk to do that. And we parked underneath Odeon shopping mall, and there's a charge unless you buy something there. So my wife just pops in there to buy something, and while she's doing that I'm just going to take a quick look around the Lee Gardens area, and as you can see it's pretty busy and there are hordes of Malaysians. There's probably more Malaysians in Hat Yai at the weekend than there are in many Malaysian towns and cities. We passed Kim Yong earlier, and that was the same, that was all Malaysians. No, it's good for the local business, just not too convenient if you live here and you want to sort of come down to this area. There's no parking spaces and just crowds everywhere. But yeah, this is good for the local economy. All the street vendors out. I'm not sure if it's some kind of Malaysian holiday at the moment. There seems to be more tourists than usual today. Everyone's out. Well, they've got a little booth here for tourist information. I haven't seen that before. And I also saw the tourist police a few minutes ago, and they stopped. Maybe there was an altercation between a tourist and a vendor, but the tourist police intervened, presumably sorted it out. Sun Borigan Naktong Tiao Tesaban Nakon Hat Yai. So yeah, a service for tourists in Hat Yai. Oh, it's like a little market here. It's busy this morning, and these places get busy in the evening as well. All the usual tourist stuff. Been down here many times before on videos, just like a line of massage shops along this road. Okay, this is not going to be an extensive video, just a very quick look around the Lee Gardens area, and I'm going to go back to the diner to try to find my wife and kids. Lee Gardens Plaza, McDonald's. Cheap clothes. Holy crap. tourist trinkets. Since COVID ended, it looks like Hat Yai is far busier than it was before COVID. I think it's this thing they call revenge tourism, you know, because people were locked up for a couple of years, couldn't go anywhere. When the borders were finally opened, everyone's gone crazy. And this is an easy place to visit for most Malaysians. Oh, I've got a question as well for the Malaysian viewers of this channel. Just to sort of, just like to get a bit more of an idea of the economy in Malaysia. My son loves cars, as most kids do, and most of the cars we see around here is, you know, boring Toyotas and Hondas and lots of pickup trucks. And often when we see a nice car, it's often got Malaysian license plates. So there's the assumption that, you know, the people in Malaysia are a lot richer than the Thais. I've seen a couple of things recently that contradict that. The first was about the EPF funds. This is the Employee Provident Funds. This is, you know, what Malaysians pay into to get their pensions. And apparently during COVID there was people were allowed to draw funds from their EPF, which they did. But what it now means is that they've got very few funds in there to fund their pension. So that's one problem. And the other thing I saw was that the Malaysian ringgit has been the biggest depreciating currency in Southeast Asia. So, you know, it seems that the economy is not so great in Malaysia. I'd just like to try and get a bit of an idea from people who actually live there. You know, if you've got any comments, leave them below. Okay, well that was today was a quick look at another breakfast place and a quick look around Lee Gardens Plaza. Hope you found it useful. And I'm sort of getting back into the videos now, so hopefully more videos soon.